document that went out. We're going to do a little bit of strength and rehab, prehab, call it what you will tonight. But if you can see me, that'll be great. I'm just quickly going to show you. Let me just get lined up, see if I'm in position for everyone to see with my chords here. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. Good. So hopefully we've got our long chords or some sort of stretch chord variation where you'll be able to make a front crawl position. If you've got sort of the style that a double arm, it's not the end of the world. We will throw in a little bit of rotation because often we get to lose that a little bit. We do lose a little bit of the rotation with the double arm pull, but it's not the end of the world. If you've got light dumbbells, you'll be able to make use of them. If you've got your resistance band, they'll be useful, okay? And I'll be doing some demonstrations on how they work. So we'll just give that another 30 seconds or so. But basically, we're going to switch from full stroke front crawl, building some endurance, and then switching to some strength prehab. I like to do a lot of prehab work, keeps the shoulders healthy, keeps them able to absorb the awful lot of front crawl we tend to do as triathletes and open water long distance swimmers. So we're going to reverse the movements. We're going to reverse the movements and work on our posture a little bit and keep things healthy there. And if you're unsure, ping me a little chat message. Let me just switch that over. Good stuff. Any questions, just give me a little message. But yeah, they're pretty straightforward. Basically, we're going to make the position a Y position. Let me come down so you can see. Okay, I'm going to do it sideways because of the way I've got my bands set up. You can easily see why that's the Y. And then we're going to come down and make that a T. And I can use either my light dumbbells for that, or I can use my resistance cords, and I've got them sort of pegged up here, okay? And what's also really good is you do them lying down, face down. Imagine being face down with your body flat, and you've got the very light dumbbells, and you're lifting and you're squeezing the shoulders, So it's going to be a mixture. Full stroke front crawl with the long cords, and then some prehab exercises done either with some light dumbbells. If you don't have light dumbbells, you don't have resistance cords, you can just simply do this and just do it nice and slowly without anything in the hands and just work on your posture, work on your form. And it's all about reversing that front crawl movement, reversing driving, reversing hunched over a desk, everything that strains the shoulders. We're going to work on realigning them. Okay, so let's get going. It's going to be a 2-minute front crawl block and then a 1 minute of a couple of different movements, 2 and 1, 2 and 1 for 10 minutes. And then we're going to go 3 rounds of that. Okay, hopefully everyone's good with that. I'll just get ready to start the stopwatch. Are we good? 2 minutes of full stroke front crawl, please. 2 minutes of full stroke front crawl. Here we go. All right. Hopefully you've got the resistance cords set nice and light. Maybe take a step forwards. If you haven't done much of a warm-up, take a step upwards to take the pressure off, or come closer to the point of origin so that they're a little bit lighter. We're not trying to get lots of strength by ripping them through. We're creating the front crawl movement quite light, just warming up to start with. And 30-35 minutes of this routine will start to build up. It was nice to see some feedback on Twitter, how some people's arms were aching. Friday night is going to be the tough one. Monday is, we did a little bit of drill work and then integrated with some full stroke. And then Wednesday is all about looking after the shoulders and just blending those movements into some full stroke swimming. Okay, just like we do a heavy front crawl fitness session, just like we do some drill work and some looking after our shoulders. That would integrate into a nice week of training, okay? You can see I've not got too much pressure on here. We are going to be working through. I will make them a little bit heavier for the next round. We've got 30 seconds to go, 30 seconds to go. I'm popping the elbow out wide. I'm trying to set a horizontal forearm position by the time it comes through to the eyes. If you are horizontal in your body position, obviously you want to make that forearm vertical as early as you can and pop that elbow out wide. That will really help. I've got the hands pulling under the body. I'm using everything to keep me symmetrical, to keep me balanced, moving forwards in a nice straight alignment. Okay, good. So in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's come out of that. Let's make the shape of a Y, whether you've got a small set of bands or whether you've got your dumbbells. We're just squeezing the shoulder blades together in the shape of a Y, shape of a Y. Okay, 1 minute, please, just nice and slow. It's not a great deal of movement, just bring them forwards 10 centimeters or so, and then just use the shoulder blades, just take them back, take them back. Try to keep the hips, the body still. We're not sort of rocking and throwing into this. We're not hoiking 10-kilo dumbbells around. It just should be a nice, slow, long burn. Good, good, good. Just got 20 seconds of this, 20 seconds, okay? So you might have your dumbbells. Again, just give that a little bit more control. You might have your resistance cords. You might quickly want to lie down for these, and then obviously you've got gravity at play. So face down with the gravity, lifting them off the ground. Fantastic. In 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's go back to our 2 minutes of full stroke, please. 2 minutes of full stroke. I'm going to move down a step just to make this a little bit harder now. Still working with good technique, still working with the length of the stroke, rotating the upper body. Hopefully, most of you will have set up your vertical hanging core position. And the reason I like this is because it allows you to rotate. I can get the hips moving, I can streamline, I can switch through, I can bring the shoulder through to the chin, keep the head nice and still. If I'm pulling with 2 arms, because of the way the cords are set, obviously it's harder to get the hips involved. And again, you'll get the strength in the arms, so it's not wrong, it's not the end of the world. But obviously the idea, we're trying to come as close as possible to our full stroke front core body position. And if you can alternate the arms, I sent some links so you can pick up a pulley. I've got my cords just sort of rolling through a pulley or hanging off the stairs. That would be really useful. Good work, everyone, good work. Don't exit short at the hips. Don't just be comfortable because you've reached the hips, okay? We want to push through, reach well beyond the hips. Nicely done, nicely done. Good work, everyone, good work. Okay, last 30 seconds before we go into our next prehab, rehab position. 30 seconds to go. Keep the length of the stroke, keep setting the catch. Remember the thumb catch drill from earlier on. If you're not familiar with that drill, have a little practice, go to the YouTube Swim for Try channel, the link's on the email that went out today, and start to think about that elbow becoming your pivot point rather than the shoulder or the wrist. 3, 2, 1, excellent work. Let's come into our T position. So now the arms are aligned with the shoulders, okay, sort of a crucifix position, the sign of a T. I'm going to bring my resistance cords into play now. Again, try to keep the body nice and still. Small movements, it's not a huge movement. Try not to let too much momentum sway that. It's just all that squeezing the shoulder blades together. Good work. Squeeze them together, gently come forwards. It's so important to look after the shoulders. Everything we do rolls them forwards, keeps them unstable. Thousands of repetitions in the water. Anything we can do to reverse that, return the movement which is why last week during the period of pain session, we did quite a lot of backstroke. Anything that reverses the movement is going to be healthy. Everything takes them forwards, whether it's driving, leaning over a desk, but we want to be thinking about that position. Okay, in 3, 2, 1, we're back in our full stroke. Good, good, good. Come on back to full stroke front crawl. And then the last prehab position is going to be a nice reverse position of the thumb catch drill. And it's nice because it'll actually help you think about the catch position, but by doing it in reverse, just gets the brain thinking a little bit more. Okay, so we've got 2 minutes of full stroke front crawl. Run your little dialogue, your little diagnostic. How are you pivoting as early as you could? Is the head nice and still? Are the shoulders coming through towards the chin? Are the hips following? Obviously, we're not kicking, but I've got the feet together, trying to think about my streamlined position. and my pull is central. The left arm is mimicking the right arm. We're making the same angles. We're creating the same speed, the same alignment. The hands coming down the backbone. And if I was in the water, swimming on top of that black line on my own in the middle of the lane, I could close my eyes, get 5 or 6 strokes done, and I'd still be nice and balanced on top of it. That's going to carry through the open water really nicely. Good work, everyone. Last 30 seconds, last 30 seconds. If you are going to speed up, if you're feeling strong, nothing wrong with that, but just keep the length. Try to keep the length of the stroke. Don't let it exit early. Don't stop it short. There's no point swimming with a faster turnover, with a higher stroke rate if they're getting shorter. Keep the length, keep the length. Keep the hands under the body. Just follow the backbone as you push through. And this is why I like to be rolling the hips, because at the back of the stroke, they will actually, the hips will roll out of the way of that hand exit, keeping them central for longer. In 3, 2, 1, fantastic. Come on in. So we're going to reverse the Thumbcatch drill. So we're going to start horizontal, okay? And then we're just going to take, whether it's with dumbbells, whether it's with your resistance cord, let me come down so you can see exactly where I'm coming, okay? I'm actually just reversing that elbow to knuckle if you've got your hands wrapped around the handle. If you've got no weight, that's quite nice because you can just, and again, we're squeezing the shoulder blades together, we're reversing that catch position, and that's doing great things, reversing all of that front crawl forwards momentum, and helping us just, if you can get it right in reverse, once you switch it into front crawl forward position, it's just going to get even easier, okay? So light weights, bringing them from horizontal, bringing them up to vertical. If you were on your horizontal stretch cord position, just stand up and get this done, okay, without being attached to the cords. I think it's better you just focus on this with a good body position. In 3, 2, 1, good, good, good. Relax there, relax there. Okay, as always, it's important to come back to a little bit of rotation work, So just keep the head still, relax, let go of all the cords, all the weights. Just think about rotating now, keeping the head still, let the hips follow. And that's round 1 done already, okay? Just take this as an active recovery. By all means, take a little breather, walk away if you need to, get a drink, get the breathing under control. And then we're gonna start again. Good work, everyone. In 3, 2, 1, take it up a level if you can. If you're happy where you are, not a problem. 2 minutes of full stroke, let's go. Okay, switching from side to side, There's that extended position. There's the elbow popping out. I'm not breathing yet. Might introduce a little bit of breathing, some sideways breathing, just to make this a little bit more realistic shortly. Okay, but just keep the head nice and still. That is one of the key things you could learn to do while you're on dry land. Okay, that standing upper body rotating drill is good in front of the mirror. Work to keep the head still and let the body rotate. Often in our lessons, see so many people fused, and it's sort of head and shoulders and everything, you know, is moving in one alignment. You've got to break that. Swimming is one of the few sports that needs that, and it is not tricky, but unless you are turning to breathe or lifting the head to sight, you should absolutely try to break that habit, okay? Keep the head absolutely still, absolutely still. Good work, everyone. 45 seconds, 45 seconds. Keep the hands pulling under the backbone. They don't deviate at all. Whether you're turning the head to breathe or not, that should absolutely continue. Often we see that straight arm being pushed down to stabilize the breathing, and that's a wasted stroke because it helped you come up, but it didn't help you go forwards, okay? So work that Thumbcatch drill so you can learn to make the elbow the pivot point repeatedly, regardless of whether you're turning into the breath or just keeping the head still. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, good, good. Let's come out of that into the Y position, into the Y, whether it's cords, band, or your light dumbbells. Okay, here we go. 1 minute, just squeezing the shoulder blades together in a nice Y position. Try not to let too much momentum sway the hips, sway the upper body. It's all light. There's nothing heavy here. It's just slowly making those shoulders adapt. Get the endurance, rather than sort of a pure physical strength, it's the endurance to repeat these somewhat light movements thousands of times. So important when it comes to long distance front crawl. Keep your technique, stop it fading, and you'll be on for a much better swim. And again, I've just lost my focus, I could feel my hips going. Slow it down, get the accuracy there, bring the shoulder blades together. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. Back onto the cords. 2 minutes. Here we go. Here we go. If you are losing your form, if you are shortening, if you are sort of ripping at it, just come up a step, take a step forwards. You are not going to lose anything by improving your technique, by just taking a little bit of pressure off the cords. Good work, everyone. Good, good, good. Okay, so getting on for halfway through. We'll start to add some breathing now. If you've attended before, you'll have heard me talk about trying to train breathing bilaterally, breathing to both sides, mixing it up. Not necessarily would you do that on race day. Okay, the conditions might not allow. The pace of your swim might dictate you want more air coming in. But in training, it's a great habit to develop. Stops the overuse injuries, stops you creating bad habits that upset the technique. So it just interrupts the bad habits and encourages you to stay straight, stay healthy with the shoulders. And what we're going to do is just promote that pivot, follow the hand through into the side. Breathe in once, twice, and now I'm going to start to switch. I like this pattern of 2 to the left, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 breaths to the right. I'm still switching, but I'm actually getting a little bit more air in per length rather than just a flat out every third, which can be quite aggressive. Last 15 seconds. Add some breathing in, add some twisting if it's okay and it's going well. If you just want to focus on what the arms are doing, don't worry about the breathing. You'll soon pick that up in the water. If you forget to breathe in the water, you know what happens. In 3, 2, 1, fantastic. Back to the T position. Okay, I'm going to use my cords this time. Okay. Nice and slow. The T position, hands in line with the shoulders, nice straight arm, slow movement. Try not to let there be too much bouncing and moving of the body. No momentum from the hips. Nice and slow. Let it burn, let it slowly build up. And again, if you need a bit more clarification, Zoom will only give us 40 minutes on this basic package, so there might be a chance for a question at the end, but it's step by step. All of these dry land prehab exercises are taken through in detail in the dry land document. Okay, let that slowly build. Should be burning quite nicely. 3, 2, 1, fantastic. Back to our full stroke. 2 minutes, please, 2 minutes. Your choice. Maybe if you just had a little bit of recovery on that previous 2 minutes, you could take the step down or take a step back, get a little bit of strength going now. Should be nicely warmed up. We're well over halfway. And we've got that little bit of recovery coming shortly. Good, good, good. Just because you put a little bit more load on the cords, don't let the stroke exit early. From the back of the stroke, the hips are switching from side to side. They're helping move out of the way so that hand can stay pulling central for a little bit longer. Stay on the alignment of the backbone all the way through, rather than sort of going around the hip at the back of the stroke, where that would throw you off and deviate from that straight alignment. That's why these vertical chords, if you can, are so much more helpful. If you're pivoting at the waist, it's not the end of the world. Obviously, it's whatever space you've got, it's going to be fine. But if you can just get a little bit of, remember, don't let that lack of rotation interfere. If you can just wiggle the upper body a little bit, just take it one step closer to your full stroke. Good, everyone, good. Last 30 seconds, last 30 seconds. And then we're going to reverse that thumb catch drill again. We're going to take that catch position through its paces in a reverse position, strengthening the shoulders, slowing it down, challenging the brain to think that through, so that when you come back to the full stroke, we can just hopefully make that a little bit more accurate, a little bit earlier. So the earlier that position takes shape in your full stroke, the faster you're going to go. In 3, 2, 1, good stuff. All right. Okay, a little bit of tension if you can. Keep the arms horizontal, okay? And we're just going to take that pressure backwards, okay? Try to keep the wrist firm. We don't want sort of to drop the elbow when we're swimming our full stroke. So a little bit of tension, keep it horizontal, and back it comes. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Light dumbbells would work just as well. If you don't have either, try to bring a couple of tins of beans next time. Just a little bit of weight will help build some strength. Good, good, good. Nearly there, nearly there. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. Okay, shake it out. Grab yourselves a drink. Come back to that rotation work, please. Head nice and still. Just roll the shoulders through. Shoulders come through. There's a nice progression on from this one. If you look at the document, it's called Drawing the Sword. And if you take the arm from the pocket, imagine you're drawing a sword, taking it through to the base of the neck. I'm still switching the shoulder from side to side. Add your dumbbells, add your beans, and that will strengthen the shoulder through a nice range of movement. Let's just go 30 seconds on either side. I've got a clock behind me, so I have to be a bit careful with the left arm. Okay, again, you're getting your rotation and you're getting your shoulder strengthened from another range of motion. Okay, good, 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 everyone. All right, shake it out. Let's get ready. We're back on it, back on it. 20 minutes down, 10 minutes to go, full stroke front crawl. Okay, maybe start the first one a little bit easier, and we'll crank it up on the second and third block. Whatever's comfortable for you, doesn't matter. Just try not to let the stroke start to disintegrate, is what happens at the end of that race when you're starting to feel a little bit fatigued. You know, work on a little diagnostic, a little mantra that you repeat every few minutes. Pivot at the elbow, pulling with the forearm. Keep the palms facing towards the feet as you're pulling through under the body. Keep the head nice and still. Let the hips follow. Obviously, you've got your kick involved. Keep the toes pointed as best you can, as much as your ankle flexibility will allow. Keep the streamline. Keep moving forwards nice and effectively, nice and efficient. And that will keep you moving at a pretty solid rate. You know, you don't have to be aggressively strong, and often when you are overly strong and you just rip at the water and you don't catch it, you don't hold it, you create lots of bubbles, it gives you the illusion of speed, but it won't actually deliver speed. So the better the technique, the longer you can hold it together with this endurance work, the faster you will be. Good, everyone. Last 30 seconds. Keep the stroke long. Take a step forwards. If you feel it just shortening a little bit, starting to lose the form, doesn't matter. 30, 35 minutes of good activity is going to be fantastic. We're getting close to mimicking our swimming movements. And if no one's got an endless pool in the back garden, it's probably the best we can do. Okay, and we're all in the same boat. We're just going to have to get on with it. In 3, 2, 1. Good job, everyone. Let's come up to our Y position, back to the Y. I'm going to go on the chords this time, okay? So I've got them mounted just sort of around elbow height. I'm just going to put a little bit of tension as I move them back, move them back. You don't need the tension now. The arms are probably quite tired. Just make the shape of a Y with the arms. Try not to let the hips start to rock and throw and kid yourself that you're getting lots of strength in there. Kind of defeats the purpose. Breathe, squeeze the shoulder blades. Nice and slow. Good work, good work. And this is, you might have been given these by a physio to help you come out of a swimming injury, to build the strength. But I think once you reach a certain age, as I have, let me just check the time. Yeah, in 3, 2, 1, good job. Back to the full stroke, please. Now this is the sort of weight training, if you had time to add in some dry land on a regular basis. And if you attend any of our fitness courses, you will see me doing these each week on poolside. I bring my little resistance band and I keep my shoulders healthy week after week. I don't just do these for a few weeks to help recover from an injury. I actually try to make it a regular part of the routine over and over again. I don't do as much swimming as I used to. I still enjoy racing, but I keep the shoulders healthy with these movements. I do a lot of stretch cord and swim bench work. I don't get to the pool as often as I'd like. But the combination of all of those factors working together is quite nice. Keeping the shoulders healthy, keeping the stroke technique there. In 3, 2, 1, fantastic, everyone. Good stuff, good stuff. All right, are we good, are we good? Let's go up to the T position now, into the T position. Okay, keep the hands in line with the shoulders. Shape of a T or crucifix, whatever you want to look at it as. Nice slow movement, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Keep the body nice and still. Don't let the momentum start to upset it. I think we might have shortened our little front crawl movement by a minute, but we can make it up on the next one. That's okay. No harm in doing a 3 minutes now and again. Good stuff. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job, everyone. Back to our full stroke, back to our full stroke. Let me just run it through. We may be going for 3 minutes. What a bonus. Yeah, 3 minutes of full stroke. How about that? That's not a bad thing. Again, maybe start light. Maybe if you're feeling strong, maybe you can back off, come away from your point of origin of the chords and put a little bit of extra tension through. Try to keep the hands pulling down the center. And we don't sort of do the old-fashioned S shape anymore. That's wasteful. That's going to throw the hips around. Just nice and simple. Keep the hands traveling under the backbone. Expose the forearm by pivoting wide with the elbow. And try to make that connection. I don't know if you can, if you're using sort of paddles or whether you've got these pulley attachments, but try to think that fingertips to elbow is one solid blade. You want to turn that over early, capture that water, and then you accelerate. The front of the stroke is quite soft, it's quite light. Just because you're setting up that position, you're not actually pulling yourself forward until the forearm becomes vertical. Once you're vertical, then you can really use the lats and the rotation to drive yourself forwards. Any earlier than that, and all you're doing really is pushing down into the position, so it's a bit wasteful. So some swimmers like to think of that in terms of being a slow to fast movement, a light to heavy movement, whatever you want to sort of think about it. Just don't be ripping at it. Don't be sort of doing that Thumbcatch drill and wondering why you're not getting much propulsion. You're just learning to pivot early with the elbow. And you never really want to pivot with the wrist or the shoulder. The shoulder is devastating because that's going to push down and lift you up. It helps you with the breathing, but obviously it's a lot of strain on the shoulder. It's only going to send you upwards. It will do nothing to pull you forwards. And if you pivot at the wrist, there's a good chance you're going to leave the forearm horizontal. That's going to slip under the body. You're not going to get any leverage, any purchase. And the hand slipping under the body, it's like running on a treadmill. You're not going to move anywhere. The arm will slip under. You're not going to get any surface area connecting in the right position. So you just stay pretty much, well, not static. You've got rotation, you've got the kick, you've got the back of the stroke being used to pull you through. Something's going to send you forward, but it's not nearly as effective as that early vertical forearm. Good work, everyone. In 5, 4, sorry about the 3 minutes. You'll thank me later though, maybe not today. 3, 2, 1, fantastic. Okay, back to our reverse catch position. I've got my light dumbbells for this time. Okay, bring the arms into a horizontal position and we're just reversing out of the elbow. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. It's quite nice to have the bands. Actually, if you've got a choice, the bands work really well because they keep the tension in both directions. So you can really get the movement working very, very well. If you want to catch up with this or do it again, I should be getting it uploaded to YouTube quite soon. Share it with your friends, that would be appreciated. Friday, we'll work a full fitness session. It'll be a little bit harder, probably some more backstroke again, because that gives us the training effect, but it also helps us reverse so much of this full stroke front crawl. Okay, good. In 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's drop the weights and just active recovery, cool it down, head nice and still, let the hips follow, shoulders come through. We can do this for like 30 seconds, and then we might do a little bit of drawing the sword just to get a little bit of blood flow through the arms, get the breathing under control.